So what would you do today if you were brave? Judy? Uh-huh. I would put you on the spot and make That's okay. Yes, I can. Remember, she said that. She was just the first face I saw. So, it is said that the two of the saddest words in the English language are "if only." If only I had been kinder. If only I had listened. If only I hadn't said that. If only I hadn't texted without driving. If only. If only. If only. So we can blame and we can curse and wonder and go out in this life with some regret. Or know that life's journey is not to arrive at the grave safely in a well-preserved body, but rather to skid in sideways, to be worn out and jubilant, shouting, "Holy is church." What a ride. Yay. So I based my talk this morning on two of Stanfield's songs, "If I Were Brave," thank you, Renee, for doing that so well, and "If I Had No Fear, What Would I Do This Year?" So, okay. And I wondered about the meanings of the words fear, brave, and courage. Fear is defined in the dictionary as an unpleasant emotion caused by the nearness of danger, of expectation of pain. So biblically, we can substitute fear for the word respect. To live in respect of God is far more user-friendly, especially if you're doing a marriage ceremony. To live in the fear of God. To love one another and live in fear. That doesn't work for me, I'm sorry. But it depends who you're married to, I suppose. So the acronyms I'm going to be using today, and there's quite a few of them, is from Jeffrey Hodgson's book, New Transformative Thoughts. And this is my guy, Hot Chocolate. He's fun. He's an infinite possibilities trainer, and we've done some stuff together, and he's a super guy. So a few acronyms for fear are forgetting everything is all right, also known as fantasized experiences appearing real, or forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So, and as lunatics, we are taught that love is letting go of fear, and that there are only two emotions, love and fear. Anything that isn't love is fear showing up, whether it be anger, jealousy, a ton of stuff that we can attribute to fear. And from A Course in Miracles, we learn that fear is our only forgotten love. In other words, if you can dig deep enough through the fear and all the emotions that evokes, at the core, you will find love in its purest form. So brave, according to the dictionary, is defined as able to face and endure danger or pain. So fear was sticky notes all over the place. Fear was the expectation of pain. Yeah. Brave is defined as being able to face and endure danger or pain, and courage is the ability to control fear when facing danger or pain. Ooh. So that's really interesting to me, that the three words that are all linked but are changed by the way we think. What if it's easy? Cool? All right. So back in 1995, when I emigrated here, all three of those words were juggling around. I was leaving my home country. I was leaving my job, my family, my friends, my security, and anything that was familiar. All my soap operas. They're not over here. They're in Canada, but they're not here. So yeah, I was nervous getting on that plane, that Virgin Atlantic, going off. But I was really excited as well because I knew it was the right thing to do. It's a new world. And everything in America is opportunity. You can do anything you like. So it was a chance to reinvent myself, to be more, to hold that American dream. And I was willing at that time to step off the cliff and fly, not figuratively or literally, because I was in the Virgin plane. But I was willing to change and grow. I didn't realize then that my safe, planned world would be turned upside down and all my expectations would be dashed, and that I would get to know the ramen noodle diet very well. And if you've ever been on the ramen noodle diet or the Kraft macaroni and cheese diet, not good, not good. And the words "if only" would be uttered constantly until I changed my thinking. Thinking from fear to being brave and having some courage. Being introduced to unity in Merritt Island, remember Denise? Was, and all that's principles would be a huge part of that journey. When I found unity, I thought, oh, somebody understands me at last. Sometimes. Excuse me. So in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy and the lion and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow discover that the power comes from within. And tapping into those innermost strengths and facing their fears, discovering that the Great Oz is nothing more than hot air, and the Wicked Witch of the West can be vanquished in a moment. Be gone! And a good example of fear being their most forgotten love, because when they discovered or remembered who they really were, it was dead easy to go home. I got the true story for you now. It was a dark and stormy night. Anyway, some years ago, there was a young girl with cerebral palsy, and she was kidnapped. She doesn't walk very well, and she needs a crutch. Now, I don't know what Americans call crutch. Goes under your arm? Oh, crutch. Crutch. Okay. Good. Bilingual at last. Now, she's clever, but she doesn't always articulate well, and her short-time memory, it fails her a lot. And it was literally, as I said, a dark and stormy night. It was heavy snow. And she was taken out into the countryside and thrown in a shed and locked in for later. She was very cold, obviously, and certainly not dressed for the freezing weather. The perp underestimated this young lady, believing that she was nuts and she was crippled and therefore an easy target. He was going to come back for her later. He left, but pretty much he left her to die. And despite the terror and the fear and the darkness, she groped around and found a long piece of 2x4. She was able to batter her way out of the shed, stumble through the snowy field to the road, and walk to the nearest town. And remember, she has CP, and walking for her is difficult. She faced her fear. She called upon her courage and bravely surmounted the odds to safety. Now, I know this sounds like an episode of Criminal Minds, really, but it's a true story, and it's very highly abridged. And the perp, thankfully, was found and brought to justice, and he's serving a very long prison sentence, thank you, and she's okay. Years after, she doesn't really talk about it anymore, but she focuses on what's happening now and putting everything behind her, and she's got a new chapter in her life. Brave young woman. So there is no fail. Never give up, because fail means first attempt in learning. Well, that's good. And the end is never the end, because effort never dies. And if you get no as an answer, it's an opening for the next opportunity. See? It's easy. So my fear is heights. I've done heights. I don't like them. Honestly, I don't. I parachuted. I don't like it. I've climbed Mount Snowdon in Wales, 3,500 feet. I don't like it. I came down that mountain in thick fog. I don't like that either. I've been to the Golden Gallery in St. Paul's Cathedral, London. I've been to the top of the Telecom Tower in London. I don't like it. I have not been up the Eiffel Tower. I don't like it. But when I was in Zimbabwe in the late 80s, we were at Victoria Falls, and I had the bright idea of chartering a 5-seater plane. I think I was having a mad moment. And the plane was going to fly into the falls. Now, Victoria Falls is twice as big as Niagara, and there's a lot more jungle. And the spray from the falls goes up, depending on the season, from 1,300 feet to 2,600 feet, just spray. Spray can be seen from 30 miles away. And it's called the Mosia Oatanya, which is the smoke that thunders. So here we are in our little 5-seater plane. And apparently it was lovely. And the pilot, he would fly up and he'd say, "Oh, look, there are some hippo." And we'd skim along the Zambezi River, and there were hippos and crocodiles and whatever, and then he'd drop into this gorge, go through the spray and drop into the gorge, and then come up again. As I said, apparently it was lovely. I did not see a thing. After the first minute, I grabbed onto the man next door to me, and he had some lovely 5-print bruises. And I saw the video, and it was lovely. It was really nice, but I don't like it. I've done the road to Hana in Maui. I hated it. Get me to the winery. Oh, my goodness. Shall we stop and see? No, really, I don't want to see anything, thank you. So I didn't do that. Well, I did it, but it took 9 hours to do 35 miles. It was way too long. And so I didn't go up, what is it, the volcano? Yes, that one. Can you say that louder? Haleakala. I didn't go up there. I'm sure it is, and I'll watch it on video. I know how limiting my fear can be, and I allow it to prevent me from exploring the Rockies, from Denali, and many, many other places. And it's fear, and I let it win. And there's only so much rescue remedy that I can take. And I don't drink anymore, so I can't even do that. But I've done stuff. So brave for me was doing a simulated helicopter crash, falling into the water, smash, going into sinking 30 feet, turning over 3 times, and then getting out in full flying suit. I loved it. That was so much fun. But I thought it was pretty brave. And courage, well, that's taking a deep breath for me to get up here and do this stuff, to dress as Lady Lavinia or Sister Catherine. That's just nuts. But it's saying yes to opportunity, to public speaking, to teaching, to saying no. It's telling the truth. It's dealing with confrontation in a healthy way, and it's embracing my warrior woman, my wise woman. It's dealing with the past and forgiving it and letting it go. So what would I do today if I were brave? Oh, man. I like it. Thanks. Karen Cunningham. It's only because I know their names. What would you do today if you were brave? Or what would you do this year if you had no fear? This goes on video, so it makes you accountable. Okay. You all heard it here. We have witnesses. Mark, what would you do today if you were brave? Yay. Okay. Heidi. She's doing it. All right. Okay. I'm going to be good and leave you all alone now. Well, if I were, what if I did? Oh, yeah, I dyed my hair purple a few weeks ago, and it's all gone now. But so that was brave. That was stupid. I don't know. I'm not sure what category that comes into. And Suzanne Eusebio and I are starting a women's mastermind this week on Thursday from 6 to 8. We're going to run it initially for 6 weeks, see how it goes. And we want to explore the power of women in a fun way. And we want to tap into the wisdom of women that have the T-shirt and are willing to share their stories. And we hope it's going to be fun, and come join us. So if I had a no fear, what would I do this year? Well, I'm going to a fitness convention for 3 days. And I'm claiming athlete, I'm claiming strength, I'm claiming health, I'm not claiming Gillian Michaels anything. I'm going to join in, though. And I'm getting past the who am I to go to a fitness convention because of body image and all that stuff that goes with that. You know, I don't belong there. Well, yeah, I do. I'm 61 years old, and I can go to a fitness convention and be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lady that comes to our gym to dance, and she comes in, she's by herself, she goes out on a basketball court, she has her headphones in, and she's out there for hours, and she dances in joy. And she's fluid, and she's supple, and she's lost or found in the music. And we can't see, we don't know what she's listening to because of the headphones, but she dances like no one is watching. But we are. We're all watching her because it's like, wow, I wish I could do that, but I'd feel so stupid if I was out on the dance, you know. That takes some guts to get out there and just do what you love to do. Dance like nobody's watching. And it's her freedom of spirit. And I know she has physical pain in her body from an accident, but the dancing sets her free. Without movement, she stagnates and her joints freeze. So she pushes through her perceived limitations to honor her body, her soul, and her life. And she has courage. Have you seen her, Mark? Have you seen her dance out there? Okay. That's all right. I know he's listening, really. I have to add faith into the mix here. Faith, fantastic attitude, inspiring tremendous harmony. And my lovely friend, Hot Chocolate, Jeffrey Hutchinson, who is his birthday today, he asked me to mention that. Okay. Oh, I do need the glasses. I knew I would for something. All righty. The word faith has such a tremendous charge within our culture. Jeff's spin on it is simply this. The faith I have is knowing that everything I need is within me. The only thing I ever need to do is enjoy this wonderful life. Knowing that I have all the strength, all the creativity, everything I need to make my life work to my greatest potential and for the greatest good is faith. I have faith in that everything works in my favor. I have faith in myself. I possess the self-esteem to know that I can allow it to work, and I am truly supported, and I can enjoy the unfolding of that process. I am responsible for my life and everything I experience in my life, and I have faith that I will experience happiness and abundance. These are the things that give me my faith, a fantastic attitude, inspiring tremendous harmony. Do you have faith? Do you have faith? So, that's like a pen. At least I didn't throw something this time, get it lost in the plants. So I can certainly attest that during my fire walk, what was I thinking? Back in 96, it was certainly a lot of fear, bravery, and courage. And I learned an awful lot about faith. That with faith I can do anything and be anyone and know that I'm supported and loved by the universe itself and by God. And that's a good thing. That's a God thing. So go for your life. Love it, honor it, live it, dance, sing, be brave and courageous, flip fear in the face, and keep the faith. Thank you.